Okay, in this video we're just going to have a look at the QuickAF feature on the Panasonic GH6, and it's a little bit like the eye sensor AF feature, which we actually covered in a video previously. So if you haven't seen that one, I'll link to it above. And essentially the eye sensor AF, you look through the viewfinder and the camera will start to focus and sort of try to lock focus before you're pressing any of the buttons. So it's just giving you a little bit of a head start on kind of capturing a shot. In the QuickAF options, essentially what it does, it will just, the camera will constantly be focusing all the time. So no matter what you're kind of doing with the other buttons, it will just continue to sort of hunt for focus. So it can be used in the photo and the video modes, but it's really, I would say, more of a photo feature, because there is also a continuous a continuous focusing mode for video that allows you to focus outside of recording. So really this is more of a photo mode. It's available in both the C and the F options on the focus dial, and if you don't really know anything about the focus dial, I'll link to a video up in the corner where you can kind of see a little bit more about that and understand kind of what all of this means on there. So if we jump into the camera to access the mode, what we need to do is go into the cog or the gear icon on the left. So we've just gone in using menu, so menu and then the cog or gear icon on the left, and then we want the AF menu or the AF icon, which is the focus and shutter menu, and then under here we've got QuickAF. So by default it's just set to off, and if we want we can switch it to on. So I'm using the 25mm lens, and you can see on the back I'm set into the kind of continuous focus. So you can see on there it's I've got the human and animal AF set up on there, so it's sort of picking people up. But if I kind of continue to move around, you should be able to see I might be a little bit, yeah, it's starting to focus on there. So you can see there he's out of focus, and then it should eventually, have we turned it on? No, sorry, we haven't actually turned it on. There we go, let's try again. There we go, and then it's locking him into focus, locks the bear into focus, down to this guy, now it's locking him into focus. It's kind of, it's just continually going round searching for focus. And the way this works, like I say, you can use it in C and S on the focus dial. If you turn it into manual, nothing's going to happen. He's just out of focus. It's just going to sit as a manual focus. You know, it's not going to override that. And also, if we're in playback, it's obviously going to stop hunting for focus. But it's essentially just constantly going to happen. So, and it's just using the focus options that you're using. So if you jump into your focus options, you know, you could turn off the detection settings, because for this they might be a little bit of an issue, because where I'm moving from one subject to another, if I move to a non-human or animal, sometimes that takes a little bit longer to focus. Or if we have it set into we could keep that on but then have it set to spot or well, one area or zonal focusing, so then it's always just going to focus where the center spot is, so we can kind of move onto each subject. I don't know, I might be too, and I can just about focus on him. I thought I might be a bit too close to him, so we can go down to the coaster, back to that guy, and it's just going to essentially constantly keep focusing. One of the drawbacks of it obviously is the camera focusing all the time. You're only going to want this in certain situations, you know, if you just want the, you know, the focus to keep going whilst you're not shooting, sort of in between either photos or video essentially. So if you're not using it, it's a good idea to switch it off, because it is quite a big drain on the battery, and the battery life of the GH6 I wouldn't say is one of its strong points. So if you don't need it, just, you know, leave that switch to off. I would say in most situations, I would say this feature is actually fairly reliable, to be honest. I mean, you can see here there's not a great deal of light, so you know, you can see obviously that bears out of focus, and if we switch QuickAF on, it locks him fairly quickly, and we can jump to somebody else and it will lock him quickly and back to the bear. Low light's not, you know, it's not really a great part of this camera in terms of focusing. So, you know, if it's low light or you're moving the camera a lot, this isn't going to be brilliantly accurate. But at any time, you can always, if this is taking too long, you can actually just quickly flick onto a person, hit the shutter, back over here, hit the shutter there. So it's a lot quicker to be doing a half press of the shutter and looking onto things. But there are times where, you know, you might find a function like this useful. So you know, if like I say, you're in between shots, or you're in between bits of video, if you did use this for video, and you know, you just want the focus sort of thereabouts, it's it can be quite handy. So it's useful to know it's there. So yeah, that's it really for that feature. So yeah, if you found this video helpful, then please give the video a like. If you want to find out more about the Panasonic GH6, then check out the playlist on this channel, and please subscribe.